Welcome to CT Style. I'm Natasha Lubchenko. We've partnered with the Goff Law Group to bring you the law down. When you've been injured, you want the best possible representation, but how do you choose the right lawyer? Here to break it down for us is personal injury attorney Brooke Goff. Important topic, Brooke. Thanks so much for being here.
Of course. Thank you for having me.
So let's start from the top. When someone needs a lawyer, how do they even go about finding one? There are so many out there.
Well, Connecticut's a funny state because the advertising is pretty open, right? So some states you can't do billboards. Some states you can't do, right? So we grew the firm on billboards. Some states you can't do active advertising, right? So Connecticut's open. So most of the time, people will call the people that they know. So I've seen her on a billboard, or I've seen her on TV, I've seen her on Facebook, I've seen her, that's typically how people find, or they'll ask a friend, and the friend will have seen something that they'll obviously refer their friend to. So.
And now, what are some of the key things to look for when you sit down and meet with one of these lawyers that you saw on a billboard, maybe? What are the right questions to ask?
So here's the deal, and I say this in the most unbiased way possible, okay? I can withhold my own opinions as to who people should hire or not hire, right? But this is about me educating people as to what they should look for when they're trying to hire. Website. First thing I would do is go to the website. Do they have one? If they don't, it's a little problematic.
Red flag, yep.
I mean, yeah, you want somebody that's like in 2022, right? Not like in 2002. So you want to look at the website. What does it look like? What are their practice areas? Usually on a lot of firms, either they'll be alphabetical or they'll stack them based on where they focus the most of their time. You don't want to be at a firm with a car accident where personal injury is at the bottom of the list, right?
Right.
Thing with personal injury is a sexy thing, okay? Most attorneys do it sometimes like on the side. I again, will withhold my opinions as to whether or not that should be done, but personal injury is constantly changing, but it is a very good revenue stream for attorneys that may do other things that may not pay as well as personal injury.
Right.
So you always want to be careful that you're not getting an attorney that dabbles in personal injury, that you get an attorney that is in personal injury. Because what will end up happening is if the case has to be litigated, they might refer it out. So you want to look at the website. You want to, who are the attorneys? Read profiles. Do they have all the attorney profiles? If not, why don't they? Associates are just as important, right, as partners, as senior attorneys. Who are the attorneys? Read about them. Read about their victories. Guys, it's hard to pay attention to the numbers like, $15 million settlement. Well, what happened and when? Was that thing 30 years old, right? Like, you got to remember, yeah, great, maybe there is, but what you don't know about the 15 million, let's say, is that the case was actually worth 25. And oh, by the way, right, they got it 15 years ago, and it was the most horrific accident and set of facts you've ever heard. So you can't really judge a firm necessarily by their victories, but their access to cases of that level, I think, says something, right? So you want to make sure that all the cases don't say 20K here, 25K here. That is reality, right? A lot of the cases we handle are 25, 50, 100, a million, but you want to make sure they at least had some experience in those higher end cases because they need to be handled a certain way.
So you want to do your research in that department. Yeah. And what about, experience is obviously important, success rates, but what about personalities? Do you want a lawyer that you feel comfortable with, especially personal injury?
So let me tell you who I am in your case. I am like an extension of you. Okay, right. I'm going before a jury down the road. You always have to look at it as going to a jury. Most cases do not, okay? But I'm the person that's going to be presenting this claim for you. I'm going to be telling a jury how injured you are and why you deserve what I'm asking for, what you're asking for. Personality is key. Let me tell you, I've had cases where, I've never said this on TV, I've had cases where my client was not, in the moment, they just didn't testify, very nervous, didn't testify well. And the jury came back with this verdict. I'm like, I was surprised. And I talked to the jury afterwards, and I'm like, can I get some feedback? Because we can talk to them afterwards. And they're like, we didn't give the money to your client, we gave it to you.
Wow.
Right? Like, yep. I'm saying you want an attorney that's confident, somebody that's not going to take anything from anybody. You want somebody that's going to go up there and fight for every motion, that's going to fight every battle that's up there. It's not going to back down. I don't care who you are, right? You want an attorney that's so confident in their own abilities that they're not going to hold back from getting you the justice you deserve because of their neurosis, right? You want somebody that's going to get in there and take care of business.
It's a huge decision, and that's obviously a huge part of it. You want to trust your lawyer. Yep. And of course, people can learn more about you and what you do at your firm at gofflawgroup.net. Brooke Goff, thank you for the advice as always.
Thank you.